Hello viewers, it's Interactive from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from myself called the Boruto Review. Like always, I will speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this out of the way, let's get into today's episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts off when we last left off in the previous episode. So basically, telling us the third round, the third match of the final round of the two museum is Chozo versus Sawada. So basically, Chozo versus Sawada will be the third round of the final round of the tuning exam. So basically, we didn't want to. So basically, they had 15 minutes to get themselves compared. So basically, Chozo and Sawada had 15 minutes to get themselves together before their match. Now, Boruto and Nikki still has not showed up at the arena yet. So this lets you know. So basically, while getting ready, Sawada was talking to Shabake, Naname, and Wasabi in the locker room. And somewhere else in the stadium, we see Shika Dao. We see Shika Dao, just carried the bathroom and took over a bummed out Energy for losing his fight against Kohaku. So basically, Energy was kind of bummed that he lost his fight against Haku, and he felt that not keeping his promise that him and Chozo and Shika Dao made at the restaurant all becoming tunis and whatnot. So anyway, Chozo should found them and told her that I'm fighting Sawada. So basically, after my best friend and whatnot. So basically, and she saw Energy being bummed out about losing his match, but bummed out that he let you guys down and couldn't keep his promise of becoming tuning, and all us wearing our tuning best together. So basically, Chozo was like, you know what, I'm gonna Sawada's my friend, he's my best friend, I'm gonna give him my all, and uphold and keep my promise to keep the promise that we made at the restaurant, and win this match, and get become a tuning and get my best. So basically, Chozo got psyched up and whatnot. So basically, things were before the match began, we see Kawaki, just standing there at the stadium away from everybody, and that's when Shinji, God's adopted son, was staring at Kawaki, and Kawaki did not like how Shinji was staring at him. He just laughed. So basically, Shinji went after him, and so basically you should stay to the next match. And Clarky was like, leave me the hell alone, So basically, they got into a little brawl, even though this brawl was great, even though Shinji already called a brawl. So basically, Shinji just managed to overpower Kawaki, and basically, took him down while breaking the sweat with his iron cloak and whatnot. And once again, Shinji said that, you should stay for the next match. So basically, the next match started, Shinji came back. So basically, and a few minutes later, Kawaki came back as well. So basically, Kawaki is still thinking that, still thinking if he wants to be a ninja or not. So basically, that he's probably thinking, Clark is still thinking if he wants to be want to take the also becoming a ninja of the heavenly spirits and whatnot. So anyway, the match started and Chozo and Chozo they start to fight. So basically, Chozo and Shirada the match between Shirada and Chozo started. So basically, Shirada had the upper hand against Chozo using some lightning style jutsu and hitting Chozo with a barrage of lightning balls. But, Chozo didn't manage to hold her own against the lightning balls until one of those lightning balls, a few of those lightning balls knocked her to the wall and knocked her to the wall onto the ground. So basically, Shirada was worried that he might have hurt it, Chozo, and Chozo was and Shirada was apologizing to Chozo if she hurt her with the lightning balls that she was shooting at her. So Chozo is why are you apologizing for? We're Shinobi. We're in combat. So basically, you don't need to apologize to me or feel bad for me at this point. So basically, you need to go all in. You need to go all in, or else I will win this battle. So basically, after hearing Chozo say those words, that's when Shirada had a flashback during her training with her father Sasuke. Sasuke was there to watch the match. And Sasuke said that a shinobi should be prepared for a shinobi should be prepared to any situation that might pop up at random. So basically, if Boruto were to be taken over by Momoshiki, will you be able to take him out with no hesitation? So basically, Shirada, after the end of that flashback, Shirada realized that Chozo is right. It's no time to hold back my punches and basically go all in. So basically, Chozo Chozo and Shirada went all in that battle and held nothing back. So basically, using the different styles of jutsu and whatnot. So basically, at the end of the battle, Chozo used her butterfly, her super butterfly mode, and Shirada used her Chidori, activate her shotgun and used her Chidori, and with the dust cleared, Shirada was the last one standing. So basically, Chozo went into a super butterfly mode. Shirada activated her shotgun and used Chidori, and basically, once the dust cleared, Shirada was the winner of the match. So basically, even though Chozo felt bad of losing, Energy and Shikada was there to help Chozo, walk off the battlefield together, and even though she felt bad, but at least. But this way that the next Chunies and that they will become Chunies in the next Chunies and so basically Innocent and Innocent so basically Innocent and Chozo promised Shikada that next time we will be Chunies. So basically for the meantime we could wear the Chuni jacket Shikada and Shikada was like, I'm not having none of this. And so basically, and they walked off together, in good spirits. So anyway, Sasuke was down at the arena, and Shirada was glad that, that her father was there to witness his match, and, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, that she was thinking about that question that that like that her father told her about after if Boruto was to become Momoshiki, will you take him down without hesitation, like and she told her father, you're right, a good always should be prepared to any situation, even though Tawada and Boruto are friends, but if the day ever comes, come down to it, if Momoshiki does take over Boruto's body, she will probably do it. Probably take down Boruto, and if Momoshiki does take over his body and whatnot. So anyway, Sasuke was asking where's Miki, where's Boruto at. So basically, meanwhile, somewhere else at the warehouse, Boruto and Miki track the kidnappers who kidnapped Arlo at the warehouse somewhere. The boss of the kidnappers, turns out these kidnappers are shinobis, and they wanted Arlo to make scientific initiatives for their nation. So basically, others, so basically the boss of the people that kidnapped Arlo was we will offer you a lot of money for making us, making scientific initiatives and whatnot for our nation, to get to gain power against other nations and whatnot. So basically, Arlo was understand their deal, whatnot, understand understand their situation. They wanted scientific initiatives, to gain power. And Arlo said, no, I can't do it, and I'm loyal to. Right now, my loyalty is towards the Hinlista. So basically, you guys are out of luck. So basically, Arlo just got up. It looked like he was trying to walk away from him, but the guys would say that if we can't bribe you, then we will have to force you to work for us. Then Boruto and Miki, showed up and got Arlo out of the warehouse, and Boruto bought a kunai with a paper bomb and bought the warehouse with the guys in it. So basically, I think it was kind of like a mild paper bomb, but it looked like the paper bomb that was attached to the kunai that Boruto drove, the whole inside of the warehouse. So basically, Arlo figured that, Arlo figured that you guys were following him. So Arlo figured that you guys were following him this whole time and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Boruto and Miki, almost forgot, that the Tunisians are. Almost got the whole team in. So basically, Boruto and Miki rushed back to the village, and rushed back to the village and headed towards the stadium. So basically, they let Arlo and the authorities deal with those rogue ninjas who tried to kidnap them and whatnot. So anyway, Boruto and Miki was rushing back, and managed to get back to the village and rush towards the stadium where the Chuni's and was being held. And that's when we see Dinky wondering who his next opponent is going to be. Is it going to be Sabake, Boruto, or Miki? So basically, this is how the episode ended with Dinky wondering who's going to be his next opponent, Sabake, Boruto, or Miki. And this is how the episode ended with Dinky wondering who out of the three opponents left, who he's going to face, Boruto, Miki, or Sabake. So basically, this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, once again, this was a good episode. So basically, I can't wait to the fourth round. I can't wait to the fourth round of the final stage of the Chunin exam. So basically, it's mostly next week is So next week it's gonna be Sabake versus Sabake versus Dinky. So that fight is gonna looks very interesting. So basically, let you know from what I seen from the preview. So basically, I can't wait till that episode to come out. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know what the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, this is your Michael from Screen View. Signing off. One.